You see it? Oh my God. Hey. Holy sh! I cannot believe it. This is indisputable evidence. I've seen
Joellen is still at it, y'all. All up and Ruler and Brian business. Like, she all in the middle of their marriage. Like, this is starting to feel like a throuple, okay? I mean, Ruler did say, get me some real proof, not no AI. So Joella went and got her some real proof. But honestly, Joellen, I think it's all in vain because I think Ruler is going to just say that this is AI, okay? Listen, let me just make this real clear to you, Joellen, okay? Ruler know Brian be up in them streets, child. She just wish you would shut up and let her husband cheat in peace, okay? Hey guys, welcome to my channel where I do weekly recaps of the Real Housewives franchise. That's right, I recap every city, every episode, every week. Today I'm here to recap the Real Housewives of Rhode Island, Season 1, Episode 7. Before I do so, if you happen to like this content, hit the like, subscribe, and alert buttons so you can get the notifications. If you're new, listen, this is my original channel, which I started for a few months. It got cut, removed. I made a new channel, started to grow my new channel. That got removed due to YouTube circumvention policy, which means you can't go ahead and make another YouTube account after your first channel has been removed. So I had to go and file an appeal for the first channel to be reinstated. That was successful, so this is the first channel that was reinstated. It looks like I may not get my secondary channel reinstated, so I'm starting all over from scratch. Soon as I started to grow, okay? But hey, I ain't giving up, okay? I'm still gonna keep going. We're gonna grow this channel one way or another, okay? All right, guys, let's get into it. So we start this episode off on day 2 of the Newport trip. We see Alicia, she's talking to all her dolls. We see Ashley, she's on FaceTime with her husband Jared, who apparently is away on a trip as well. I don't know if it's I think it's a business trip. I wanted to say a vacation, but it seems like he's away on business. Then we jump over to Rosie, who's FaceTiming her husband Rich. And then we see Joellen on FaceTime with her husband Gary, and Kelsey is in the room with her saying hey to Gary. And Joellen is telling Gary how Kelsey and Rosie got into it last night. So we go back to Rosie on a FaceTime with Rich, and she's telling him what happened, how Kelsey is saying all the stuff about her, lying about her house, lying about her career, lying about her marriage. And Rich is telling her, like, this is all projection. Everything Kelsey is accusing you of is what she is, pretty much. Okay, so yeah. So now we go over to the kitchen area where Alicia, Ashley, Liz, and Rosie are all like getting breakfast or whatever. They sitting down. So they all sit down and have breakfast and they're talking. Rosie wasn't feeling well last night. They said, I guess she was throwing up or whatever. She wasn't feeling well last night. And Ashley, she has to go call home to check on her son Dawson because he's being hit right now because Jared is away on a trip as well, so they have the sitter with the kids. I don't know if it's one of her parents or not, but yeah, so she's going to check on Dawson because apparently Dawson is not feeling well either, and he has labored breathing. So yeah, so she's checking in on him. So now Joellen and Kelsey come join the girls for breakfast, and Kelsey is giving good morning to everybody and acting like Rosie not even in the kitchen. And Rosie is like, this girl really sitting here ignoring me, not speaking to me. So Kelsey is like, so what's up? What's going on for the day? So that's when Liz let them know that they have a water slide. I think Alicia let them know they have a big water slide and that they was gonna go do something later or whatever. They're going on like a boat ride or something like that later. So now Alicia pretty much brings up last night. She's like, last night was a lie. You and Kelsey and Rosie got into it, And she said to Rosie, you the type that you know, if you feeling away and you have an attitude, like you can't just sit there and like hold it in. You're gonna still have that same energy. And you know, she's saying she feel it. So as she's trying to defend Rosie, because Kelsey's still saying I wasn't trying to come for her, because Rosie is saying that you was trying to you gave me a backhanded compliment, and Kelsey is saying no, it was a compliment. It wasn't meant to be a backhanded compliment. And Ashley is defending Rosie, saying how, you know, yeah, they gotta get to know her. They can't expect her to be all hee hee when, you know, people coming at her. She feel like if she says something, people are gonna like yell at her, so she just shuts down. So they're telling her like, well, basically, pretty much, she needs to learn how to speak up for herself and find her voice, pretty much. And Ashley starts crying, and I'm like, why is this girl crying? Like, she cries every episode. She's just crying, like, girl, she's like, because I feel so bad for Rosie. And I'm just like, oh, Ashley, go home and check on your son, please. For real. So now, Rosie and Ashley, they get up and leave the kitchen. And Joellen and Alicia is telling Kelsey, like, you know, y'all need to go ahead and talk and get this over with, because we don't need this energy. Y'all need to just, you know, work something out and see, you know, where y'all can meet in the middle somewhere. Go talk to Joellen. Is like, I'm gonna go get ready. Go talk to her now. So Kelsey is like, I can't promise y'all this is gonna turn good, but I'm gonna go try. So she goes to talk to Rosie, and she's telling Rosie, like, you know, we just can't seem to meet in the middle. We always seem to go back and forth. Like, I know I may come across, like, sometimes I might come off harsh or aggressive. So, you know, I do actually want to get to know you, though. I really do want to vibe with you and hope we could become friends. And Rosie is like, you know, some of the things you said hurt, but, you know, I'm still open. I'm here. I'm still open to getting to know each other, you know. It's just that you can't say all these things about me and then expect me to come chill the next day like nothing ever happened, you know. So they're going to try to make this work. Ashley is so happy to hear that. She's like, yeah, because she's listening from the next room. So now she want to go on a water slide and have fun now. Now it's time to have fun, okay? So later on that day, we see Alicia is getting dressed because her and Joellen are having a girls' day. Because earlier when they were talking, when Liz was trying to say something to Rosie or Ashley, Alicia started talking over Liz, and Liz was like, Alicia, would you just let me talk? And Alicia was like, calm down, Liz, calm down. So they kind of got into it a little bit. Liz in her confessional was like, I love Alicia. She's funny as hell. She makes me laugh, but, you know, I just want to get my thought out, all right? So Alicia felt some way about that, evidently. So she's like, you know, she got into it with Liz earlier. They fell away. This whole thing with Rosie and Kelsey. She just want to get away and have a girls' day with her and Joellen. So they going out to have a girls' day. The other girls are getting ready to go on a water slide, the younger girls. We got Ashley, Kelsey, and Rosie. Yeah, the younger girls on the cast. These are the younger girls. We got 3 younger girls and 3 older women. So yeah, the younger girls, you know, they're young. They want to have fun on a water slide, so they going on a water slide. Liz is with them too, mind you, but Liz is not doing a water slide because, you know, Liz, she feel like she's too old for that. Girl, you ain't never too old to have fun, honey. So, so now, Alicia, we go to Alicia and Joellen, who are going to some kind of like park or something like that to take a walk. And this one scene with them taking a walk, having their little girls' day, was actually my favorite scene of the episode.
Look at all these athletic people. They're so safe. What gotta be so athletic taking this walk? I don't know if I want to bring this water. This is what I have anxiety about.
I want to hold things.
I know.
Thank you.
Oh my God, this is so pretty. So we're gonna walk down here.
So they arrive at this area, they go on a walk, they walk down some steps. I don't know if it's a park or whatever this is, but they in the area and they go walk and they eventually find somewhere to stand and talk. So they start to talk and they bond over their childhood trauma. So Joellen is talking more about her situation. So we find out from her telling Alicia in this scene and also from her confessional that when she was younger, she wasn't really that bad of a kid. Her mother's problem with her was that she had big boobs and guys liked her, so her mother thought she was promiscuous or whatever. And yeah, that was why her mother was so harsh on her and strict with her. Her mother sent her away to, like, I guess boot camp or whatever you want to call that a few times. The first place she went to, she said, was like a drug program for kids who did drugs, but she never did no drugs. So she was there with like drug addicts and stuff like that. She was only 14, mind you. So when she's telling Alicia this, Alicia asked her, how old were you? She was like 14. And Alicia is like, oh my gosh. So mind you, in her confessional, no, this was the first time when she was 14, yeah. So she's telling Alicia the story about her being 14 and her mother sent her to the first place. She said it was a lot of drug dealer addicts and stuff like that. So she said she was there for a week and the people sent her home. It was like, child, you don't belong here. Like, child, this is for bad kids. You're not a bad kid. So they sent her home after a week. The second place mother sent her to, I don't know if this is all in the same year or so, but her mother sent her to another place now. The second place she stayed for like a little over a month, I think she said. Yeah, let me double check. She said it was a little over a month. But the third place she sent her to, it was some type of like, not military, I don't want to say military academy, but just say, I guess, some type of boarding school, but a strict, I guess, religious boarding school, pretty much. And she said she was there for like a year. So Alicia was like, a year? Wait a minute. When was this? So she told Alicia in 9th grade. So Alicia was like, oh my gosh. So in her confessional, Alicia said that everybody knew this was something that nobody ever talked about, that, you know, in the middle of the school year, Joellen and her sister Jen just disappeared and didn't come back to school for the rest of the year. And then they eventually came back the next year. But it was like, everyone knew it, but no one ever just talked about it. It was something no one talked about. So yeah, so now Joellen is telling her feeling in her so this last place she went to, she was there for a year pretty much. And she said the only reason why she came out, her mother took her out, is because after a year, the state was going to take over custody of Joellen because she had in that thing for over a year. And the mother didn't want to lose custody. So the mother told her, signed some form saying, yeah, my daughter's fine. She's good now. So she let her come out. So pretty much, when I'm hearing all this about Joellen, I'm not going to lie, my heart went out to her. I couldn't imagine being 14 years old and being sent away by my mom for a year in a school just because I was a little promiscuous. Like, that is crazy. Like, yeah. So it honestly made me look at her in a different light and understand her more and see why she's this bitch, why she's this way she is, why people think she's so mean and, you know, do the shady things she do. It's because she's still that 14-year-old hurt girl who never had that love she wanted. So she's still angry. She hasn't resolved these issues with her mom. Everyone is who they are for a reason. And this, when you find out someone's background story, you get to understand who they are and why they are the way they are. So I definitely, that's why this was my favorite scene, because I was like learning a lot in this scene. And it was like, wow, okay. So now Alicia is just like gagging, and Alicia said, Joellen said that when she was in that place for a year, she was suicidal. She wanted to kill herself. She felt like she'd rather die than to go back home with her mom or be with her mom. So yeah, I was just like, oh my gosh, yeah. So this was a deep scene. That's why this was my favorite scene of the episode. So Alicia starts talking about her dad, how her dad left when she was young. She still can't understand why her dad just left her. She feel like her dad left her homeless. This is part of the reason why she's not rushing to get married, why she doesn't want to marry Bill, because she feel like, is he gonna leave me like my dad did? So it kind of contributes to that trauma, and she want to get past it. So yeah, they get sad, and she's like, that's why she's telling Joellen, that's why I don't want to get married, because like, who's gonna walk me down the aisle? So she gets emotional, she starts crying. So yeah, this was like, oh, okay. Yeah, so then Alicia is like, all right, it's time to go. I need my crackers. Alicia and her damn crackers. So now they leave. They go to get in the car to go home. Mind you, I forgot to tell y'all, when they was on their way to the place, they was talking to the driver of the car, asking him about the place, has he heard anything. So he told them he used to stay in the 3rd floor of the mansion when he was in college. And he said that he heard some stories of paranormal activities. He heard footsteps and voices and stuff. And Alicia was like, she did too. I forgot to throw that in there. I was like, paranormal activities in this mansion? Pack my stuff. So now they on their way back, and when they're in the car, Rula texts Alicia, because I also forgot to mention earlier when they were in the kitchen, before they went out, Alicia had texted Rula to see if she was coming, because Rula was supposed to be coming on day 2. And Rula just now getting back when they're in the car later. And Rula texts that she can't make it because she wasn't feeling well. So then we jump over to Rula's house, and she's there laying in the bed looking like she's on bed rest or whatever. We see Brian making her some tea. The kids drew her some pictures, so they go to the room to take her the tea and the pictures. So she goes on to proceed to tell us that she had all of these symptoms. She was listing all of these things, saying she couldn't hold her head up. She couldn't look into the light. There was just all of these symptoms that was like, girl, what you got? It sounded like she was describing like she had 9 different conditions. I was like, girl, where is your scooter?
Where is your scooter? Where is your scooter? Where is it?
Like, are you okay?
Where is it, bitch?
Relax.
Where is it?
Relax.
No,
Right. So she's telling Brian how the girls was texting her and the girls was wishing the best for her. They really wanted her to come. She really wanted to go, but she gonna stay there. Girl, you want to stick there to make sure Brian ain't going to hook up with his side chick. On that note, I got to get into my Instagram because I follow the girl on Instagram, honey. Should I do that? No, I'm not going to do that. I follow the girl on Instagram, though. The girl is a esthetician, honey, a licensed esthetician. Is it an esthetician? Yeah, I think she's a licensed esthetician. She does skin work, all that. Her skin... glass, baby. So yeah, I was like, oh, Rula, you got some competition there, okay? She a boss too, okay? But yeah, I follow the girl on Instagram, y'all. If you want more, hit me up and I'll let you know. So back at Seaview Terrace in Newport, young girls are still on the water slide in the backyard. They having a good old time. They done talked the butlers into taking off their shirts to go on the slide with them. So the butlers take off their shirts, and I'm like, wait a minute. Oh, these butlers got a body. Okay, all right. Yes. It was giving eye candy. I was like, all right, come on. Yes, Boris, that was his name, Boris. He was a cutie. I was like, yes, you better get that, Kelsey. So, mind you, Rosie was trying to hook them up. But Liz, she felt uncomfortable with all this because, Liz is older. So, she's like, she don't do water slides. She don't get in bikinis and flirt with young boys because these are some young men. They like in their 20s. So, Liz feels uncomfortable. So, she goes up in the room, but she leaves. And you could tell something is wrong with her. She was giving jealous. No shade. Like, I guess she felt uncomfortable because it's like, she's older and they're flirting with these boys and she felt out of place. Girl, laugh and have a good time. Laugh at these young girls, watch them, and remember that you was once one of them, okay? Look at them like, yes, girl, you better get that. So, yeah, so now Ashley goes to check on her like, you all right? Everything all right? And Liz is just telling her, no, that's just not my thing. I'm like 56 years old. These girls are in their 20s, so sometimes I kind of feel like, she says she don't feel like, the older girl, like the mom out the group, but sometimes she feels much more mature than these girls or whatever. And, she kind of feels out of place. So Ashley is telling her, well, I want you to enjoy my company. And she's telling Ashley, no, you cool, girl. I fucks with you. And Ashley's finally happy. Ashley feels like she cracked the code. She's like, I finally get Liz. Yes, honey. Landon Liz. Okay, that's what she said. Landon Liz. I was like, all right, that was cute, Ashley. That was a cute little catchphrase, all right? Cute one. So outside, Kelsey is flirting with Boris. Rosie is kind of flirting with him too. Rosie is like, all right, he can get it. So Rosie is telling, like, he's saying, he needs the wife and a good job. And Rosie is pointing at Kelsey. So Rosie in her confessional gave us the best shade. She like, Boris is right here, honey. Just add him to the pile.
Those are your accents I like. How's dating going in Rhode Island, Boris?
I need to find wife and job.
Boris is right here. Maybe you can find another boyfriend added to the pile.
Oh yeah, he's too done for me.
Although I don't think Boris has any money.
Thank you, Rosie, for giving us the best shade this episode. Mind you, in her confessional, Kelsey was like, he's too young for me. You know, Kelsey like them older sugar daddies, okay? Oh, I'm sorry. Let me not say sugar daddy because her mans don't like to be referred to as a sugar daddy, okay? Let's just say Kelsey's a sugar baby, all right? So Alicia and Joellen return to the house. Kelsey's out there doing her downward dog on outside. So now she comes back, so they go in the house. Mind you, Kelsey gets stung in her ass by a bee. So now they go back to the house and they're gonna go get ready for later, what they're doing later. Liz planned a sunset cruise for the ladies, so they're gonna do that cruise and that's what they're doing tonight. So they all getting ready and they go get in the car and they ride to the boat. But by the time they get to the boat, the last scene takes place at a place, when they're in the car on the way there, Ashley is in the car talking to Dawson and, you know, the sitter is telling her, you know, he's all right now. I was going to take him to the emergency room, but he's good now. And Ashley is just saying, you know, I'm going to call you back. You know, I'm going to keep checking in or whatever. So they arrive at the place and the place is called Bowen's Wharf Marina. And by the time they get there, as soon as they get there, Ashley has to go check on her son because now her father, who is a doctor, is telling her, yeah, I think you should take him to the emergency room. So she's like, oh shit, this is serious. So, you know, Ashley's crying. She's emotional. Now, this is the time where, yeah, crying is the normal response. So she's leaving and they like, go, you know, they telling her, we're going to check on you, girl. So she leaves to go check on her baby. So now the ladies are chilling, they getting a drink on, they chilling on their boat or whatever, and they get to talking. So the question came up, like, somebody was like, I don't think I ever had sex on a boat. So Kelsey says to Joellen, I think you had sex with my ex on a boat. So I'm like, huh? So we find out Joellen used to mess with Kelsey's ex, and he told Kelsey some story about how they had sex on the boat. And it was real loud. The people upstairs heard, and when they came back upstairs, the people was looking like, what the hell went on? So Joelle in her confessional was like, first of all, it wasn't on a boat, it was on land. So then Kelsey was like, didn't you used to date my ex-brother? So she's like, yeah. So in her confessional, Joelle was like, don't ask me which brother is better in bed. So I'm like, wait a minute. As they're telling the story, mind you, I'm listening, but then it's not registering, and I'm gagging like, did she just say she slept with her ex on a... brother? Yo, when I tell you these girls, yo, I was like, wait a minute, what? Hold up, I'm gagging. This is like, the way they just be spilling tea. And it's just casual conversation for them. Like, they literally would be like, yeah, so yeah, me and my ex, you know, we had a threesome with him and his brother. And then, you know, a year later, I saw their father and a more, so I fucked the father and the brother bad. But yeah, what we having for dinner? Did you order the pizza yet? Oh yeah, let me tell you about the party last night. Bitch, what? Like, it's literally like regular conversation for them. They just be spilling tea, and it'd be like, wait a minute, what? Hold up. Bitch, the bitch done said like 3 or 4 more sentences, and I'm still stuck in the last paragraph. Like, I'm still stuck on you saying you slept with the ex on the boat. And now you're telling me he messed with the brother, so I'm trying to catch up. And it's like, you done moved on to the next subject. Girl, wait, whoa. We're not going to just breeze past this. We need to come back. Did you just say she slept with your ex on the boat, and then she was with the brother too? Child, this is a mess. And the way they just say it casually, it's really like they will spill some tea, and right after spilling the tea, be like, hey, you want some cheese? We still going to the club? Girl, cheese, club, bitch, what did you just say? Like, I'm still here. Boy, I tell you. So after they finish talking, the girls end up later on, they go split into their own groups, and they're talking. So Kelsey and Joellen are talking, and then we got Rosie and Alicia talking. So Joellen is asking Kelsey, like, how did your talk with Rosie go earlier? Like, I want to know, fill me in. So Kelsey's telling her, you know, we talked and we going to try to make this work or whatever. So meanwhile, Alicia's telling Rosie, like, you know, I'm proud of you. You know, I appreciate that you know, you not acting standoffish, because you could be standoffish. You just being regular, you chilling, having a good time. So Rosie is like, you know, her coming to around my room, that meant a lot to me, so I'm willing to try. I can't forget some of the things she said, but at this point, I'm willing to try. So now, Joellen and Kelsey are talking, and Kelsey is just saying, you know what? I'm just gonna let her be her. Like, I'm not gonna judge her. I'm just gonna let her be. Like, and that's what Joellen was. Joellen was like, yeah, like, we don't care how much square feet she building on her feet. I don't care if she building 1,000,000 square feet. I can't wait to come party in your house. Like, at this point, they like, let's just leave this girl alone and let her be. Okay? So I hope they keep this energy, okay? So yes. So later on, we're back at Seaview Terrace. We see Liz, she's coming to go check on Joellen. Joellen is standing out on the terrace on her phone. So when Liz comes, Joellen is looking like, so Liz is like, what's going on? Why you look like that? You're right, what's good? So Joellen is like, girl, like, I don't know. Like, so she's basically saying, remember when me and Rula had that conversation and Rula told me to get proof? So yeah, I got the proof. So Liz is like, what you saying? Let me see. So Joellen shows her her phone. It's a video of Brian and his mistress. Evidently, they're not showing us the video, but it's evidently Brian and the mistress. So Liz is looking and Liz is gagging like, wait, what? Wow, whoa, oh no. Okay, so Liz is like, I seen enough. Like, she was like, child, Rula said she wanted proof. Baby, this is proof. You can't get no more proof than video evidence. So yeah, they're gagging. Joellen is singing like, I don't want to be, you know, I don't want to feel like I'm making this a big thing, but she said she wanted proof. So now they go to where the other girls are sitting and they go tell them. The girls is like, what's going on? And they're like, yeah, more stuff is coming out. I don't know what to do. So Joellen shows them the video and they're looking at it gagging. They're describing the video as somebody's recording it from behind a glass door. You see Brian with the girl. They hugging, he's grabbing her ass. They hug for a good long 5 minutes. Pretty much, they said it pretty much was given like really touchy-feely. Like, they're not really describing everything that's happening, but according to the video, he was very handsy and touchy-feely with this girl. And it was being recorded. So I don't know. But yeah, so according to Joellen, this was the same day that he left the polo event. And when he was going for that period of time, this is when that video was apparently recorded. So yeah, they're showing the girls are gagging. They're like, oh my gosh, what are we gonna do? How we gotta tell Rula? And Joellen is like, listen, I don't wanna be the one to tell her, because this girl is gonna feel like I keep coming for her. Liz is like, if I tell her, it's gonna be more the same shit. She gonna talk around in circles to me. So they feel like Alicia should tell her, because she'll probably accept it better from Alicia. And Alicia is like, girl, I don't know. I don't want to be the one to be the bearer for bad news. So pretty much the episode is ending with all of them just like, well, who gonna tell her? And everybody in their confessional was like, not it. So nobody wants to tell her, but Joellen thinks Alicia should tell her, because Alicia and Rula are cool. So that's how the episode ends. So we're going to see what happens. It looks like next week, Alicia and Bill are going to have dinner with Rula and Ryan. And I'm assuming she might tell her. I'm not sure. They're not really showing it. But yeah, this was a cute episode. I'm not going to lie. It's best when I watch the episode twice. Because when I first watched it, I thought it was boring the first time. And then I watched it again and got into that scene with Alicia and Joellen and was like, oh my gosh, I am in love with these girls. I am in love with Rhode Island. For real, it's giving me Salt Lake City vibes. And I ain't even like season 1 of Salt Lake City that much. I didn't really start liking Salt Lake City until season 2. But yes, they got me from season 1. I'm going to give this episode a B. Actually, I'm going to give it a B+, because I really enjoy learning more about these girls. So B+ for this episode. The MVP of the episode for me would be Joellen, because learning that about her, she just captured my heart this episode, Joellen. Yes, she did. And I can't wait to see when her and her mom have their sit down later this season. So yeah, let me know what you guys thought of the episode. As I said, guys, this is my old channel that I'm doing. This is the second video I'm actually recording on this channel. The first one would be Real Housewives of Atlanta. episode 6. So this is the second video I'm posting on this channel, so I'm hoping you guys see it. If you're not already subscribed, subscribe to the channel. Make sure you like the video and make sure you hit that notification bell so you can get updated when I release new videos, all right? Anyway, guys, today is Tuesday, May the 19th. It's the 19th, right? I believe so. Okay, I want you guys to enjoy your week. Look forward to my recaps for this week's episodes. I'm behind because of the whole channel being removed thing, but your girl is coming back, okay? We gonna keep this going. Woo, child. Rosie and Kelsey had it out, honey. When I tell you they almost came to blows, I was like, oh, I was watching like, are they gonna fight? Like, it was given, like, it was about to get physical. I was like, oh, wow. Rosie has had it up to here with Kelsey. She's had enough, honey. And baby, when I say she let it rip, she let it rip. Hey guys, welcome to my channel where I do weekly recaps of the Real Housewives franchise. That's right, I recap every city, every episode, every week. Today I'm here to recap the Real Housewives of Rhode Island, Season 1, Episode 8. Before I do so, if you happen to like my content, go ahead, make sure you hit the like, subscribe buttons, and the alert bell so you can get notified whenever I drop a new video. Alright guys, so we start this episode off with a quick montage. First, we see Rula. She's at home in the kitchen making her kids something to eat, her daughter Layla and the son Luca. Then we go over to Joellen's house. She's in the kitchen with her husband Gary. No, not in the kitchen, sorry. They sitting down eating, her, the husband Gary, and the son Gene. And he drops something on her white rug and she's, scolding him for that. Then we jump over to Liz's house where she's over there with her husband Jerry. Her cats Ganji and Biggie Smalls is in the house. Hey guys. So the first thing we get, we see Alicia and Bill leaving out the house on the way to the car. She thinks she sees a 4-leaf clover, and Bill is like, that is a piece of weed. That could be poison ivy. She's trying to touch it. She's like, no, make a wish. Alicia is so dizzy. So yeah, she's actually driving. He wants her to drive more because he said her car only has 2,000 miles on it, and she had it for like years. So he like, you need to drive more because he wants her to start picking up the daughter Selena from dance practice because he run businesses. He's an entrepreneur. He got things going on. So Alicia, you're gonna have to drive and do some of the things too. So she's driving and he did practicing, getting ready for her. She's nervous, she's anxious, she don't like driving. So they're driving and they're talking and she starts to tell him about the trip, the trip to the mansion, Newport mansion, how everything went down or whatever. And he's like, yeah, when you called, it was weird that you was with the dolls. So then she tells him how Liz attacked her. She says attacked her because when she was trying to tell people she was homeless at a certain age, Liz was like, you was never homeless. Please get out of here. You was never homeless. So she takes that as Liz was attacking her. She don't like that. And Bella's just like, you know her for a long time. I'm sure she was just trying to protect your family, So Alicia don't see it that way. She says she was boiling inside. So now she goes on to tell him about the video. Joellen showing him the video of Brian with the mistress doing the damn thing. And how the girls want her to tell Rula, to be the one to tell Rula. And he's like, well, you do what you think is right. And she's like, she don't really want to get in that. That's messy. Rula's hurt, and that's going to really hurt her. She don't think she's going to be able to handle it. She don't want to be the one to tell her that and bring that to her. So she's torn right now. But yeah, she definitely feel like, Rula needs to know, but she's just not sure she's the one that wants to tell her and drop that on her. So next we go over to Rosie's house. She's there with her daughter Clemmy, about to take Clemmy outside for a walk with her husband Rich, who's outside looking over the construction, trying to see, what else needs to be done. They talk about that for a little bit. So as he's telling her what they got to do next, she's like, oh, I need to record this next time you say this so I could play it for the girls because, they questioning, they still don't believe that we experienced in our house. So he's looking like, oh gosh, whatever. Like, he was like, maybe they could come help us do some of the work, grab a shovel. Like, so as they're talking, they're about to take Clemmy on a walk, but Clemmy can't wait, honey. So Clemmy lets it out on the side. Clemmy let it out, honey. So now she gets her moon boots, those things that you bounce on, and they're gonna go walk. I didn't know they was called moon boots till she said it. The first time I saw them was on Orange County, and I was like, what in the roller derby slash aerobic slash bendy? Like, so yeah, so now they're walking, and she's telling him about the trip and how she got into it with Kelsey and how Kelsey's still coming for her and questioning her. And basically, she's like, Kelsey's questioning everything about me that she doesn't have. And Rich is like, yeah, that's projection or whatever, you know. So he was like, so how did y'all get back cool? Because apparently they got back cool. So she's like, yeah, we had a talk and I appreciated that. But, you know, pretty much I still got my eye on her. But, you know, so Rich is like, so maybe y'all should do something together to try to get to know each other. So she was like, yeah, I guess I'm going to ask her to cut my hair again. And this time I'll record it and post it so we won't have no problems, all right? So she's going to have Kelsey come cut her hair. So now we go over to Kelsey's new apartment. Yeah, she done moved out. She tell us she moved out before the trip to Newport Mansion. So she's there gathering her stuff. She got all her little beauty pageant trophies and plaques and stuff. Setting up, her mom and her sister come by. The mom name, I believe, was Julie. Yes, and the sister name was Teller. So they come by to help her or whatever. Teller lets us know that she's used to people doing things for her all the time. She don't have to do nothing for herself. She always had housekeepers, pool boys, butlers, and all that to do things for her. So this is a big transition for her, having to do things on her own, although she's not paying for nothing. So they're talking, and then that's when the mom or the sister asks her how much is the rent, and she's like, I'm not paying for rent. So they're like, who paying for rent? She's like, who you think? My ex. So my thing is, tell her, all right, I know even though he's paying the rent, you still don't know how much your rent is? Do you know anything? Have you seen the lease? Like, what is going on here? You got to know what's going on, sis. In case something goes wrong, you know who you got to contact to go send the payment to. But anyway, yeah. So they're just looking at her like, and the mother like, why you ain't telling me that? And she's like, cause you too nosy. Like, so she's explaining to them that, you know, this is not going to be permanent. It's temporary, but she feel like she been with this man for 10 years. She feel like she need to be broke off something when they break up. Like, it's like a marriage in her opinion. 10 years of her life she gave to him, so you better make sure she good when y'all separate. They parted on good ways. It ain't like they parted on bad terms. So, okay, I'm not mad at it, Kelsey. Do your thing, baby. So, yeah. So, they asking her, you know, because she's talking about how she want kids, she want to do this and that. And she wasn't going to get that from her ex. So, they was like, well, can you see this with Bill? And she's like, yeah. And on that note, Billy comes in. He comes to help. So he's helping her put together some little shelf or whatever, and they're talking, and, you know, and she's basically, you know, got Billy to help her. She got her parents to help her. So she still pretty much got people to help her. But she was doing some of the work. I ain't gonna lie. She was trying, but she didn't know what she was doing. Bill was like, let me do this. I got this, all right? For the next scene, we go over to Ashley's house, and she's there with her son Dawson. Her mom is there, and her friend Lizzie. The mom's name is Audrey. So she's there, the mom Audrey, she takes Dawson downstairs. Dawson is feeling better, by the way. She got this little breathing machine for him, so he's his little cute self. So when the mom takes him downstairs, her and the friend are talking. She's filling the friend in on a trip to Newport Mansion, telling her how she feels she's really finally starting to connect with these girls, you know. It's getting there, so now she's asking the girl, she's telling the girl how she wants to do a reel with her, how to do a reel with her, because Jared usually does that, but he's still away on business. So the friend is like, how does that work? Does he do the orphan? So she's telling the friend how Jared, he has a large following, but he doesn't really post as much. And she be trying to talk to him and tell him that you should try to lean more into the influencer thing. Like, find something that you're interested in your niche, that you know, are passionate about, and build on that. She was like, you know, you could get deals and stuff to do things that are much more lucrative than Audrey's, much more. And the way she said it was like it was 100 times more lucrative. Like, the man is making peanuts. I mean, he said he ain't making that much money, but it's something he's passionate about. It's something that's his own. That's his baby. But yeah, she wants him to lean more into the influencer thing so he can make more money, because, you know, she feel like, yes. So basically, apparently, she's making more money than him off of her influencer thing than he's making at Audrey. So does that mean she's the breadwinner in this marriage? But yeah, I wonder how Jared feels about this when he sees this scene. So next we go over to Joellen's granddad's house, and she's meeting up with her mom and her sister. You know, I guess to take care of some things, because remember the granddad passed away. So she's, you know, remembering her granddad. He was like a father figure to her. So she really misses her granddad, you know. But, you know, he was 100 years old, so he lived a long, full life. So the mom and sister arrive, and they're talking and looking around, having memories. The mom points out her old bedroom. So Joellen brings up how at one moment in a time when they were staying with the parents, the mom, Jen, and Joellen, and the mom, I guess, got a new place and she moved out, but she only took Jen with her and didn't come back for Joellen for a couple of weeks. And the mom was like, for real? Oh, I'm so sorry, or whatever. So they go outside to sit on the front stoop, and they're looking at photos through the photo album. And it's a picture of one of them, and the mom thinks it's Joellen, but it's Jen, so that she confuses them. So then that's when Joellen tells her, you know, Mom, you wasn't so nice when I was a kid. And the mom was like, and you were? And Joellen was like, I wasn't the parent or whatever. So she's letting her mom know, like, I haven't gotten over it the way you would treat me. You know, you wasn't nice to me. You was big on me. And you made it seem like I was this troubled kid. And her mom was like, it was some of the things you was doing. So Joellen like, what was I doing? The mom was like, the lies about who you was hanging out with. So Joellen is like, you mean boys? The mom was like, yeah. So Joellen is like, that's regular teenage behavior. That's what teenage girls do. They sneak around with boys. Like, so we find out that the 3 times that she was sent away, the first time was in 7th grade when she went away for a week. She went to the drug place, and she was there for a week, and it was like, girl, you don't belong here, and sent her back home. The second place was in 8th grade, and that's when she went away for a little over a month, and then she came back home. And then in 9th grade, she went back in high school. That's the one everyone noticed that Alicia said she disappeared in the middle of this year, and that's where she was at for over a year. So it was 7th, 8th, and 9th grade. So yeah, Joellen was traumatized as a preteen in her teenage years. So yeah, the mom is like, you know, making it seem like Joellen was this problem child, but Joellen was like, I wasn't that bad of a child, like the way you're making it seem. So, you know, she's pointing out to the mom how, you know, the mom was hard on her for no reason, and it hurt her, and she's affected by it, and she feel like she is the way she is because of her mom. That's why she's probably, you know, like, she's rude, and she could be a bitch sometimes because of her mom. And her mom is like, so you blaming your behavior on me? And Joellen was like, no, what I'm saying pretty much is that the way you brought me up is, you know, basically Joellen is still that hurt teenage girl. So the mom starts to get emotional now, and she's like, I'm sorry, I didn't know, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to hurt you. She says that, you know, if you feel like, I think most of the time when I sent you away like that, it was because I was overwhelmed. Because Joellen felt like she just wanted somebody else to care for her. And the mom said she felt like she was overwhelmed. She had a lot on her plate. And then she admits that when she was a kid, she don't know love because as a kid, her mom didn't show her love. She tells Joellen of a time where she was running because her mom came home early from work one day and she hit her head on the headboard or something and she's bleeding. And the mom looked at her and was like, oh my gosh, my floor. I just did my floors. Like, not my head. So Joellen is like, oh, so you didn't feel love? And the mother was like, no. So Joellen is like, that's how I feel. You know, when I look at my kids, I'm like, how could you not care about your kid or whatever? So the mother, she's saying she want to get better, you know. So Jen lets the mother know, like, you know, Mom, it was kind of rough growing up with you. We had a hard life, you know. So she pretty much confirms Joellen's feelings. So the mom is like, you know, I really want to do better. I want to, you know, I know I wasn't the best parent, but I feel like I got better as I got older, and I'm trying to get better and be better with y'all and my grandchildren. And Joellen is like, that's all I'm asking. Like, I want you to remember you have more than one daughter, and you have 2 daughters, and you have 3 grandkids, and I want to do things together, like, you know, learn to cook, things like that. You know, so the mother is like, I want to do that. So Joellen is like, to hear her mom say she want to try and admit, that's a start. So I'm hoping they could build from here, and you know, I'm hoping things can get better. So hopefully we'll get an update at the reunion, or maybe even at the finale. But I'm hoping for the best, guys. So next we go over to a place called Slater, where we see Liz. She arrives. She's meeting up with Dolores. And this is actually the place where she does her dispensary thing at. So she not only does gummy, they do other components of THC as well. So she's meeting up with Dolores because they are working together to develop a gummy for menopause. So, you know, Dolores been in the cannabis business for a while as well. She has a business in Rhode Island, I believe, as well. So Dolores arrives and they're talking and they're trying out the gummies. We find out that Rhode Island is the first state in the United States to make laws to accommodate menopause. So good, look at y'all being all liberal, okay? That's why you better take care of these women with their menopause. That's the real thing. So yeah, but they talking, they try the gummies, and they're talking about the symptoms of menopause and stuff. And, you know, Liz is saying how she lost a lot of weight. It got to a point where she was only like 106 pounds. But now everything is all swollen on her. She said her feet look like a pack of dicks. They're all swollen. So, yeah, they're talking about, they're bonding over that, talking about the symptoms of menopause. They like the gummies, and Dolores is saying that it's starting to kick in or whatever. So they like it. She said she feels good, honey. All right, I'm not a gummy person. Speaking of, I actually have some in my cabinet. I'm going to go take one, but I've had these gummies for a couple of weeks, and I only took 2 so far. But speaking of, I think I'm going to go enjoy one of those. So the next scene is at Rula's house, and we see her and Brian there sitting at the table because they're having Alicia and Bill over for dinner tonight. So Rula's excited because, you know, since she been sick with all these conditions, she feel better now. She's ready to relax, eat, have dinner, and chill, and have a drink or 2, you know? So, mind you, Brian had 2 shots of tequila already before they even got there, all right? So, the chef is letting them know that dinner is going to be, let me see if I'm going to pronounce this correctly, caco e pepe. It's some type of pasta, cacio e pepe with bucatini and filet mignon and some dessert. So yes, I love pasta, so I'm willing to give it a try, okay? So Alicia and Bill arrive. Alicia says she's uneasy because, like, you know, since she saw the video, she feel like she's sitting there and she know what Bill did. So she feels like, oh, this is uncomfortable for her. So they get there, they go sit to eat, and they're talking. Rula asks about Pizza Mama, which is Bill's business, and they're telling her it's fine. So Ryan proceeds to say how he loves their pizza because it's not the canned stuff, because he doesn't get heartburn from it when he eats it. He eats it at midnight. And Rula's like, he's not lying, trust me. And I'm just like, it sounds like he's lying. The fact that you're singing he's not lying. Like, he sounds like he's just being mad fake right now. You know what I'm saying? So now Alicia says that she want to get Botox. She's saying she wanted, so we find out that they do it at Brian's practice where he works at. So she's like, oh, I'm going to come to you guys then. So now Brian reveals that he gets Botox. He also takes Ozempic, but then he feel like he's losing too much weight, so then he takes steroids. Yeah, he was just revealing a lot, and they looking like, huh, what are you talking about? So now Brian now, he gets a text out of nowhere. You hear a text notification come in, and he's like, oh, he got to go to the bathroom. So he goes to the bathroom, and Rula is like, he's talking a lot. When he come back, we're not going to let him talk because he going to keep talking over everybody. So now he comes back after a while, and he's like, yeah, y'all, I had to take a business call or whatever. So Alicia, her confessional, was like, I thought he said he went to the bathroom. Like, what's going on? Was somebody having some foot issues or something like that? Like, so yeah. So now they still talking now, and she asks them how long were they together before they got married? They was together for 3 years before they got married. Ryan says that they met in 2013, and he tells the story of when they first met. He asked her what she was drinking, so he was ordering his drink and ordering her drinks, but he would tell the bartender to give her a double shot and him a single shot, and he was doing that all night. And I was just like, this is giving creepy. So now the server comes out to ask them what temperature they want their filet mignon cooked at. Everyone wants it at medium well, except for Bill, who wants his medium is fine for him. So Brian is like, oh, I used to do medium rare, but until I started doing surgeries. So now when I'm doing a surgery, I smell the same thing as when I'm smelling filet mignon. He's like, oh, filet mignon looks like Achilles tendon. Everybody was looking like, huh? Going on and on about how filet mignon reminds him of tenderloins and the Achilles tendon and all that. So yeah, Rula is like, Brian, they never gonna come over here again, child. Like, I'm like, yeah, why are you talking about this while we eating? Gross. And so anyway, now we go over to Kelsey. She's in her car and she's on her way to go cut Rosie hair. So she's on the phone with Bill and telling Billy, and she's telling him that she's on the way, how they had a talk, so they trying to move past things, and she's telling him that, she's about to bust her balls real quick because about the whole house thing and the square foot, because, now they're past it, so it's funny now, so she felt like they had a point where they could joke about it now, and it's cool. So Bella's like, all right, that's cool. So she says. So meanwhile, over at Rosie's house, she's over there waiting for her with the dog Clemmy. Now, mind you, this is the final scene of the episode, and it's also my favorite scene of the episode. So Rosie's home with Clemmy, her dog, and she's asking Clemmy if she's going to be nice to Kelsey. So she calls Rich, and she's telling Rich Kelsey's on her way to car here. And she's letting Rich know that she left the floor plans for the work they doing, the blueprint plans. She left it on the table so Kelsey could see it or whatever. So she's wondering if how's Clemmy going to act around Kelsey. And Rich is like, she's usually nice and likes everybody. So if she's acting like, what's up with this bitch, then I don't know. So now she's like, all right. So she hangs up. So as she's hanging up on the phone, all you hear are these sirens, like it's police or ambulance or something. And she's like, what the hell is that? So she's going downstairs to go see what's going on. Clemmy is barking because the sirens is blaring. So here come Kelsey on the loudspeaker like, Rosie Woods, this is the housing police or whatever. So she was like, this is suspect says 8,000 square feet, more like 8,000 inches. I don't know why, but Rosie did not like this. This was so shady, but it also was the funniest part of the episode and the shadiest part all at the same time. Congratulations, Kelsey, for giving us the funniest moment of the episode and the best shade of the episode. So Rosie goes out and she's like, what's going on? What are you doing? Rosie in her confessional was like, baby, this community, we don't do like the sirens or whatever. You can't do that in my community, in my neighborhood. We have strict rules over here. Like, no. So now she goes to greet Kelsey. Kelsey's like, I'm just busting your balls. So she gets her suitcase with her cosmetology stuff in it. And they going in to go and do the haircut. So when they come, Rosie is showing her the floor plans. And Kelsey was like, oh, wow. So she was like, so in case you have any questions, you can see the floor plans right here to know how many square feet we getting. So Kelsey is like, you want to do that before or after the haircut? Rosie was like, maybe we should do it now, and Kelsey was like, I really don't care about this. It don't matter to me. You good. Like, I take your word for it. So Rosie is like, well, you came here blaring sirens and shit, like you still talking shit. And from this moment, it goes left. Because Rosie is like, you asking questions about my house, you questioning my house. Where's your house? You don't even have a fucking house. Like, at least my name was on a lease. What do you have? Where you at? Like, girl, like, you coming for me. So Kelsey is like, it was a joke. It was a joke. Like, girl, calm down, relax, Rosie. And Rosie is like, no, I don't like that. That wasn't no joke. I don't joke around like that. That shit wasn't funny, pretty much. So from here, it just went left because now Rosie's yelling. They're arguing. Rosie's telling her to get the fuck out of my house. Kelsey is like, I will. Rosie is like, you're nothing. Rosie's telling Kelsey she's nothing. They're just going back and forth. It's getting heated. They're in each other's face. And I'm not gonna lie, Rosie was getting all up in Kelsey's face. She was getting a little too close. So Kelsey is like, back the fuck up. Like, back the fuck up. So Rosie is still in her face, still yelling at her, telling her get the fuck out of my house, calling her everything but a child of God, honey. And Kelsey is like, yo, back up. And she pushed her back. Like, Rosie is like, don't ever put your hand on me again. Kelsey is like, I don't give a fuck. Like, I don't give a fuck. Like, at that moment, I felt where Kelsey was coming from because Rosie was getting all up in her face. And not for nothing, I'm going to always have the utmost respect for someone else's house because I want that for mine, someone in my house. But if you're disrespecting me in my house, at that point, I'm violating you in your own house. Like, at that point, it's like, I don't give a fuck, okay? And I'm not mad at Kelsey for how she was coming at her. She was like, who the fuck do you think you talking to? Who the fuck do you think you talking to? If you gonna get crazy with me and disrespect me while I'm at your house, at this point, like, from there, it's up. It's up from there. Like, so yeah, they're going back and forth. They're both yelling at this point. They're both on 10. It's like, I thought they was gonna fight. It was getting like to a point where it's like, yeah, production need to step in at this point, but they didn't. So they still going at it. Rosie's telling her, get the fuck out of my house. Kelsey's like, well. Rosie's like, you talk shit about my house. You don't have a fucking house. You talk shit about my career. You don't have a career, bitch. Kelsey's like, I have a career, bitch. I have a career. Rosie hit us with the best read of the episode. She was like, suck a dick is not a career, bitch. Congratulations, Rosie, for giving us the best read of this episode. And from this point on, Rosie just reads for the rest of this episode, and we close this episode out with Rosie reading, okay? So at this point, she's had enough. She's heard enough. She want Kelsey to get the fuck out of her house. Kelsey ain't leaving, bitch. It's awesome. She ain't saying it, but it's giving, bitch. Put me out, bitch. You want me out your house, bitch? Put me out your house. So yeah, Rosie's telling her, oh, bitch, only thing you ever accomplished is you won a pageant. But bitch, the only reason why you won that is because your sugar daddy paid the judges for you to win. And Kelsey is like, bitch, bye. I won that fair and square. Rosie's like, bye, bitch. Get the fuck out. Get out. Kelsey's still saying, I am. So Rosie's like, bitch, so what you waiting for? There's the door, bitch. Get out. So now she grabs Kelsey's suitcase that she wore her little hairdressing stuff in, and she's taking it, and Kelsey's like, I can do it myself. Get off my stuff. So they fighting over the thing. They wrestling over the thing. Rosie takes it downstairs. She's like, get out of my house. You're a bitch. You're not welcome in here. I had enough, bitch. Get the fuck out of my house. So she takes the thing downstairs, and she throws her suitcase. Now, I don't promote violence, but at this point, let's just say it would have definitely went to the next level from there if I was Kelsey and that was my stuff. It would have resulted in police being called, and yeah, it would have went totally left. I don't know if it would have happened in the house or if, somebody would have been grabbed and dragged outside the house. But yeah, it would have went down at that point because don't touch my stuff. At this point, I feel like this is my personal property. And you're touching my personal property. Even though we in your house, this is my personal property. And now you are trying to damage my personal property. So I have the right to defend my personal property. Okay? So Rosie is trying to push Kelsey out the door. Kelsey's trying to like push back, and she's telling Rosie, don't touch me, and Rosie pushes her out and slams the door. This is where it looked like it was about to get physical. I felt like if she didn't close the door, Kelsey probably would have swung on her. Because Kelsey was giving like, at this point, Kelsey was like, I don't give a fuck, bitch, I'm ready to turn up. Like, so yeah, production did step in at this point and was like, all right, stop. So they pulled Rosie away and she goes upstairs. So Kelsey, she's about to walk off, but she ain't done yet. She comes back and I guess she wanted more to get read more. So she's like, by the way, Rosie, I won that competition. I won that pageant fair and square. So no, I didn't suck dick to win it or whatever. And Rosie is like, get the fuck out of my house, bitch. Like, she was like, you fucked half of Rhode Island, bitch. You're a fucking slam pig. I was like, huh? What the hell is that? I was like, slam pig? She was like, yes, bitch. So Kelsey is still going back and they going back and forth. Rosie is like, bitch, get the fuck out of my house. Do I need to call the cops, bitch? So Kelsey finally eventually leaves. And yeah, Rosie has had it. So the episode ends with Kelsey driving off like, bye, Rosie. And yeah, I was like, oh my gosh, this was crazy. Yes, they went at it. Rosie let it loose on her, honey. She chewed Kelsey up and spit her out. And the funny thing is, I like both of them. I think Rosie is funnier and seems more down to earth. But I like Kelsey's little mean girl thing. She's a pretty girl. Like, I like Kelsey. I like both of them. Like, so... yeah, I don't know, like, it's just, these two just don't see eye to eye, but baby, when I tell you, Rosie ate Kelsey up, honey, all right? So, yes, kicked her out, like, bitch, bye. And I do understand it was a joke, Kelsey, but y'all not on that level yet. Like, for you to be making jokes like that with her, y'all not there yet. So maybe a year from now, 6 months from now, you could joke about it. Maybe it could be a joke for next season. Maybe Rosie might even make it her tagline next season. But yeah, by the way, Rhode Island, Real Housewives of Rhode Island has been confirmed for season 2, baby. Okay? So yeah, there will definitely be that. So yeah, I was like, yeah, this episode was, that last scene was everything to me. I grade this episode an A. I loved it. I enjoyed getting more on Joellen's. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed seeing the conversation between Joellen and her mom. Like, that last scene was everything. That was a showdown, baby. So yes, the MVP for this episode was Rosie. But actually, Joellen actually gets highlighted as well because that scene was deep. But Rosie, you took it this episode, sis. You got it, all right? Let me know what you guys thought of the episode. I did watch What Happens Live. Rosie was on there with Shamia from Atlanta. Her husband, Rich, was behind the bar. She spoke more about the Kelsey situation. But one thing she said on Watch What Happens Live that I noticed was that she did describe what a slam pig is. She said slam pig is basically a New England term for somebody you don't like, pretty much. And if you look it up in the dictionary, she said you would find out that's exactly what Kelsey is. And they was talking more about the house. And as they was talking, we found out Shamia's husband, Gerald, he has the largest HVAC company in Rhode Island. And Rosie was like, oh, we got to go together next time. So yeah, but yeah, guys, this was a good episode. It was definitely good. If you haven't already checked out my recap for Real Housewives of Atlanta, it's already up. Go check that out. Guys, this was a double recap. I added episode 7 and 8 together because last week I didn't get to record due to my channel being removed. This is my original channel that was removed. I made another channel, started to grow in that channel. That one got removed. Then I had to make an appeal to YouTube, and this channel got reinstated, so I'm starting back off from scratch, guys. Anyway, like the video, subscribe. Make sure you hit the alert bell so you can be notified anytime I drop a new video. Today is Wednesday, May 20th. Yes, May 20th. And I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your week. Happy hump day. Bye now.